Well, good evening and welcome to this National Premier League's Queensland Women's competition between Souths United and Lions. It's round 2 of the 2022 season, and Lions, well, they got off their title defence to a fantastic start last time out, a 5-1 victory over Olympic. They take on a Souths United team that haven't scored against Lions in the last 3 seasons. I'm Simon Smale. Pleasure to be with you this evening. And despite the fact that it might be a tough night on paper for Souths United, they should have plenty to be positive about, with some very impressive recruitment in the off-season. They'll be taking on a Lions team who are, of course, formidable in this competition, but they do have a target on their backs as a result of that, as a result of being 3-time reigning champions and the treble winners from last year. We're only quickly through the starting lineups for these two teams. Souths United have got a couple of their new players starting for them today, as you'd expect. Bianca Warriner, who made the move from Western Pride last year, she will start in goal. Holly Gray will wear the number 2 jersey in front of her. Number 7 will be Caitlin Kissel. Number 8, Amy Moreland. Number 10, Ree Kitano. Number 11, Sophie Rood. Number 13, Leela Utato. Number 15, Bella Habuda. Number 16, Angela Mayer. Number 18, Paloma Gonzalez Oliveira. And number 19, Naomi Devine. Lions have made 3 changes from their opening day win. They welcome back their 2 A-League women's competitors, Mario Hecker of the Brisbane Roar and Chelsea Blissett of the Melbourne City side. They both come straight into the starting 11. Tara O'Keefe is promoted off the bench. Danny Ward drops out of the squad. Tegan Thompson and Amy Gunston move to the bench. The lineup is Ellie Chappell wearing a number 20 shirt in goal, and Chelsea Blissett wears number 2. Number 3, Cannon Clough. Number 5, Madison Teakle. Number 7, Rebecca Kirkup. Number 8, Mario Hecker. Number 10, Tegan Riding. Number 11, Tara O'Keefe. Number 13, Zara Kruger, who has just returned from a COVID infection. Number 16, Ish Norrie. And number 19, Tiana Karambassis. A very strong bench that Rob Haskew has named. He also had COVID over the last week. Tegan Thompson is on the bench. Tia Apo wears number 9 on the bench. Amy Gunston too, the 20-year-old who scored in her last appearance against Olympic and actually scored twice in the Kappa Women's Super Cup. We'll get to those results slightly later on. Georgia Rink, on the bench as well as Emily Clark, the 15-year-old goalkeeper who still takes her place on the bench due to Koko Mastrojević's broken thumb. 2 teams are led out by Josh Eastwood, the referee. His assistants will be Flynn Menner and Christopher Irwin. South United are coming into this game off a heartbreaking defeat to Eastern Suburbs last time out. A 3-2 defeat courtesy of 2 late Sophie Persson goals. Although they did beat Brisbane City 3-1 in the Kappa Women's Super Cup earlier in the week. Not quite as emphatic a result as what Lions were able to achieve. 12-1 they ran out winners against Annalee. Tegan Riding got 5 of those goals, so made up for the fact that she didn't find the back of the net in the opening game of the season, where she did play and score, provide 3 assists. A very impressive performance for Lions. Amy Gunston got 2, we've already mentioned. Rebecca Kirkup, Isha Norrie, Karen Bassis, Apo, Evitz, all got goals in that 12-1 thumping. They actually went a goal behind in that game though. South United haven't scored in matches against Lions, stretching back to 2019. 2 2-0 defeats in 2021, a 4-0 and a 3-0 in 2020, and a 9-0 and a 1-0 back in 2019. Won 5 of their 12 games at home in the regular season last year. They won their first 3 games at Wakerley Park against South West Queensland Thunder, Logan Lightning and Olympic. Also beat Brisbane City and the QAS. So they do start well, South United. They're going to have to start well here as Lions get us straight underway immediately with a lovely through ball from Tegan Riding. Straight to the edge of the penalty area. It's a lovely ball from Kirkup. Maro Hecker just couldn't get onto the end of it. She gets to the byline though and keeps that ball in, and Lions right from the off on the attack. Though that's a sloppy pass given away to Kitano, who's definitely one of the top players in this competition. Clear foul there from Holly Gray against Zara Kruger. The FQPL women's competition, Peninsula Power have taken the lead against the Gap. And Alex Smith's side already taking the advantage up at AJ Kelly. Kitano running out of space, can only find Teakle with the pass. Lions, just as they did against Olympic, are going to opt for possession first all the time, and they do that here with Cannon Clough. She pushes the ball out wide. Hecker getting involved early. Riding, it's a decent ball through. Just getting her angles wrong in attempting to find Rebecca Kirkup. Scored 4 goals in that game against Olympic. And 3 of them were assisted by Tegan Riding. 2 28-year-olds linking up very nicely. Kitano just tries to go around the corner. Interesting to see what impact the surface is going to have on the way Lions want to play, because they do move the ball around so quickly and so nicely, and they have a carpet of a pitch to work with at Richlands, as Maro Hecker just goes a little bit handsy with Mayer. Again, a clear free kick, this time in favour of Lions, just inside their attacking half. And if they're going to be getting opportunities, they're not going to want to waste them like that. Lions just unable to clear their lines. And that's good football from Souths. A little bit of an error there from O'Keefe, but ball finds its way through to Chappell fairly comfortably, and Cannon Clough, the American, is going to take the ball up. And this Vera Lions player down. Clough playing the square ball, and it's not a good one. Can Souths just capitalise here? Norrie gives chase, puts the pressure on. Lions forward press is so impressive. That time it's good piece of play from Kitano just to take the ball away from Norrie. And that's a lovely ball over the top. Flag stays down. No, now it goes up. Bella Habuda, the threatening Canadian, who is so quick. That'll be a ball that Rikitano looks for most of the evening, you'd expect. Karen Bassis threads the needle with that pass to Tara O'Keefe. Riding had to battle. It's good defence in the end. Did the ball pop up and hit Bella Habuda's hand. Certainly not intentional and didn't impact play, so referee plays on. And now a long ball forward towards Hecker. Hecker uses her strength just to barge past one defender. Now she uses her skill to get past another. Ball can't find its way through to Rebecca Kirkup, who was waiting and very, very open to receiving that pass as well. Karen Bassis just getting caught out in possession there. Clough is back. Amy Moreland just gives chase. Tano putting the pressure on that time. That's a good ball though from Karen Bassis. Teakle closed down by Sophie Rood, who did really well. Lots of activity around the traps at Wakerley Park. Ish Norrie just can't quite get her boot to that ball, and Souths will clear. Oh, it's excellent pace, excellent pressure from Madison Teakle, the 17-year-old from Toowoomba. Here's Kruger. Karen Bassis. Kirkup. And Kirkup gets through a couple of challenges, but then it was Holly Gray who just stuck the boot in and got rid of the threat that is just still lurking there for Lions. Tano trying to be a little bit cute, and Rebecca Kirkup gives away a throw-in, but she'll try and peg Souths United back, and Lions do suddenly swarm and put the pressure on in those orange shirts. Teakle, who got her thigh to that ball. Kirkup is bundled off it. Good solid play from Amy Moreland there. And Souths are able to get the ball away. Nicely left by Gray, but there was nobody behind her. Nice idea. It sounded like she might have got a call as well. Norrie. Not much pressure coming on to Ish Norrie. Teakle goes back to Karen Bassis. And Cannon Clough is going to be challenged by her fellow North American. Hecker dropping deep to win that ball. Forward pass not the best, and now an opportunity for Habuda to release over on that far side Oliveira. It's good work from the Brazilian to win that ball back. Mario Hecker deep in the back left pocket, playing the ball across the edge of her own penalty area. Lions cool and calm as you like, and Karen Bassis embodying that and playing a really nice ball forward to Rebecca Kirkup. The referee has blown his whistle. It wasn't one of the whistles from one of the other fields. It was a foul on Karen Bassis by Habuda, perhaps just after the ball had gone. Teakle couldn't quite get her angles right, but that's good battling work from Kruger. Here's Norrie. Hecker playing wide at the moment on that left-hand side. She can have an influence just about anywhere on the field. Such a threat. We saw that in the A-League Women's competition. That ball somehow finds its way through to Norrie, and then only a good piece of defending, good heads-up piece of defending by Tato stopped that ball from just being mopped up by Rebecca Kirkup. Karen Bassis. Solid defence. Souths are going to have to be solid in defence on an evening that is just being punctuated by a couple of little showers. See that rain just getting a little bit heavier now. That's rain really coming down all of a sudden at Wakeley Park. Here's Riding, showing no problem with the weather whatsoever, and then a sliding effort from Bianca Warrener. Can't quite keep the ball out from going behind for a corner. Just took a deflection on its way through. So a little bit unfortunate there, Souths United. The rain is coming down. Corner is going to be swept in. Headed away. Teakle will loop it back in. Bit of a moon ball. Warrener does really well. I imagine, unless Bianca Warrener has got a strong constitution, she'd be having nightmares about facing the orange shirts at the moment, as Bella Habuda gets in behind, and a bit of a better contact there. And Lions might have been sweating a little bit, but as it was, Ellie Chappell didn't have to make a save, and Bella Habuda will be kicking herself when she should have made slightly firmer contact with the ball. And right up the other end, an opportunity perhaps for Lions. Tegan Riding. It's a really good ball forward. As Riding wins another corner for Lions. Really clever stuff to play that long ball forward, and we've seen Habuda just waiting on the edge of that line, just waiting for the opportunity to race onto a through ball, and she'll be willing and able to do that the entire match, especially as Lions play this high line off the back of the amount of possession that they've got. And it's a clever tactic from Gary French's side just to try and hit Lions on the counter. The corner swept in. Once again, Teakle will have an opportunity. Said she lays it back to Blissett. Blissett, round one, round two. Now she needs to pick a pass. Can't quite find a team out, but Mario Hecker somehow makes it work out for Lions anyway. Hecker puts the ball in. Is it going to bounce fortuitously for a Lions player? Tegan Riding was lurking, and there's still an opportunity here for Lions. And Souths United do well, just as Peninsula Power score another goal up there at AJ Kelly. Well, Hecker was brought down there. Amy Moreland scored 8 in 16 in the first phase of the season last year, but just 1 in 7 in the second. And Souths were in the NPL side of the competition. They ended up finishing in 5th spot. Lions men's side are taking on the Raw Youth. And Lions men's side have an early lead at Richlands. Warrener does well to deny Teakle as the rain continues to hammer down here. Kitano. Free kick is given. Taken quickly, looking for Habuda. No, well, sorry, it wasn't Habuda, it was Gray. Good heads-up football from Kitano. Here she is again. That time the pass not quite finding its intended target. Picking out O'Keefe, who does really well to pick out Tegan Riding, who goes down. Bianca Warrener sliding out to win the ball. We'll see O'Keefe's pass here as Riding remains down on her knees. Yeah, Warrener did win the ball and won the ball well. And Tegan Riding is just picking herself up off the deck after what might have been a slightly awkward fall. There's no free kick. The referee did just stop play and then restarted with the drop ball, which Warrener picked up and hammered upfield. Could only find a Lions player though. And the ball finds its way back to Bianca Warrener, who I was mentioning just before a flurry of activity a few minutes ago, might be having some sort of traumatic response to seeing Lions in front of her. She conceded 7 against Lions in the Kappa Women's Super Cup final and 6 in the NPLW season for Western Pride. Good opportunity here for Moreland though. Cannon Clough manages to mop up, correct her own mistake. Ishinori bundling in, just trying to steal the ball from Rude. Here's Kitano. Can't get the ball infield towards Moreland. Already mentioned 9 goals for her last term. It's a great thing about the artificial surfaces. It can rain a fair amount and not much will happen. It's a good strong challenge from Moreland. No nonsense, and she wins the throw-in as well. It's great stuff from the home side. I'm not sure about that throw-in from Atato. It's headed away by Karen Bassis. Clough, untidy challenge. 6 of one, half dozen of the other, says referee Eastwood. And Lions just being made to rush their passes here. It's good stuff from Souths, and then Holly Gray just gets in a bit of a tangle with Ishinori. Souths still have possession. Habuda goes back to Kitano. That's good football from Souths United and good football from Bella Habuda. She wasn't facing the right direction to get a shot on goal. So intelligently brought her midfield back into play. Lions aren't having it all their own way at the moment. It's Riding. Just has the ball taken off her boot, perhaps intentionally by Sophie Rude. It'll be a Lions throw-in on this near side of the field. You can see the umbrella. It is a bit damp at Wakeley Park. Kirkup just can't quite control from Riding's pass. And South United do really well to get that ball away, but don't get it far away enough. Kruger finds O'Keefe, but O'Keefe has her pass picked off by Oliveira. Oliveira just stumbled, goes back to Kitano. Mayer. Lions throw. Souths had to play that, Riding giving chase nicely. Kissel does really well, and wins a free kick to boot just to negotiate that little maze of Lions attackers. Rude finds a spot that she's happy with to take the free kick. Finds Gitano. Back to Rude now. Kissel. Nice football from South United. And Tato. Tato does well to find Gray. Gray under pressure. It will be a South United ball despite Teakle's protestations. Cannon Clough, pressured by Habuda. Karen Bassis wanted someone to come to her, and nobody did, and it was a good defence from Gray. Been lively on this near side. And Souths are showing a real willingness to win the ball in these tight encounters, and it's just knocking Lions off their stride a little bit at the moment. O'Keefe has her pocket picked by Moreland. Moreland puts the ball inside to Habuda. Arriving is Gray in the middle. So too is Oliveira. And it will be a South's corner, and Rikitano is going to head over to take this ball. Former Gold Coast United star, former teammate of Ishinori. Corner's a deep one. It's a really good one, and then arriving at the back post. Or maybe Oliveira should have done better. It's a really good run from Oliveira. She managed to get goal side of Rebecca Kirkup. Yeah, the argument could be made that she should have done better. Arguably the best chance that we've had in 21 minutes of football. A rare opportunity in front of goal for South United against Lions in the National Premier League's women's competition. That's good pressure, good opportunity for Habuda, and Ellie Chappell takes the slip catch. A quick distribution, finds Hecker, and then Hecker works her magic to somehow get the ball away from two, now three Souths defenders. Here's an opportunity for Kirkup, forced wide, goes round to the byline, and the deflection has helped Souths there. And it'll be a Lions throw-in when it could have been so much more. Excellent football from Lions to get out from the back. Kirkup it was, back live now. Kirkup puts a cross in. And Souths scramble to clear their lines, only as far as Clough. Karen Bassis plays the ball back forward to Riding, and then Riding had hoped, or wanted perhaps to have continued her run. Rebecca Kirkup certainly hoped that she would. And South shouldn't have conceded a corner from there. That's really good, strong work from Ishinori. Teakle has another opportunity. It's been a common threat for Lions. An opportunity now perhaps for Kruger to pull the trigger. She doesn't. Ball's helped back in anyway. Headed away nicely. And that wasn't Marielle Hecker's best. midway through the first half. It's been an interesting contest so far as Hecker just gets her weight of pass wrong. Still coming back up to speed after her little break. The end of the National Premier Leagues, at the end of the A-League women's competition, as that ball is picked off really nicely by Kirkup. Lions could pounce here. Opportunity for Hecker, finds Riding, now Ishnori, still there for Kirkup. Souths get bodies back, but Madison Teakle adds her support for Lions. O'Keefe. Back to Karen Bassis, and now over to the American Cannon Clough. Gets the ball through somehow to Tegan Riding. That whistle's not on this pitch. Ishnori just couldn't quite get on the same page either. Good pressure though from the South's defence. It's going to keep coming though, the pressure. I'm not quite sure what Karen Bassis was trying to do there. Cannon Clough mops up, but Souths do have support with Oliveira, now Habuda. Karen Bassis does well, and Habuda will hope this goes out for a corner kick, and it does, despite Karen Bassis giving chase. Last time around from a corner, Oliveira managed to get free and perhaps should have done better at the back post. She's on her own on the edge of the penalty area. She races short. She was the decoy. With the success that she had from the first corner, perhaps that was the wrong option for Souths. The Lions have an absolute abundance of players in support at the back, and they work that numerical advantage to their possessional advantage as well. But here comes Holly Gray. Teakle does well, and she's been good so far in this game. Madison Teakle both going forward and in defence. Cannon Clough is hiding behind that light pole, I can assure you. She finds Ishnori. Heavy touch from Hecker. Gitano goes down. Play will continue because it was a good shot by Bella Habuda. Again, these multiple matches taking place. I thought for one moment that Josh Eastwood had played one of the longest advantages we've seen in the National Premier League women's competition history, but he hadn't. And Lions will have a throw in right on the edge of the attacking third of the field. Has been a slightly damp evening so far. Riding. It's a good defence from South. They've been solid so far. No more so than Naomi Devine. Playing her first league match of the season. Did play in the cup against City though, as Hecker just interrupts that forward pass. Souths retain possession nicely though. They've moved the ball around nicely. Cannon Clough just nipped in there. Habuda, I think, opted for the self-preservation tactic rather than trying to win the ball. Perhaps unexpectedly, the ball coming through to her. That's cute. It's a good ball from Kitano. Headed away from Holly Gray though. Now Riding for Lions. Threatens to be dispossessed by Devine. Now Devine's out of position. Doesn't matter because there's good assistance from Oliveira. Bit of head tennis there. Kissel was involved for Souths, but Lions now have possession, and Hecker needed O'Keefe to nip in there, otherwise Lions could have been in trouble, but now Souths might be. Here's Kirkup. Kirkup racing through, and Bianca Warrener will be grateful that that wasn't hit with a little bit more power from Rebecca Kirkup, who is in fine goal-scoring form. You see O'Keefe's lovely through ball. That's excellent football. And there was a loose ball, actually, on the field as well. The clearance was headed back by O'Keefe, and Kirkup will want to have another opportunity here. That's good work from Rika Tano. She's not the tallest or biggest girl out on the field, but she certainly knows how to position her body to win those balls, and she does brilliantly there. As do Lions to race through and have an opportunity perhaps up the other end. Chelsea Blissett having to put the brakes on pretty sharply in the end. It was a lovely ball though to find her in the first place down that left hand side of the field. Gray, dispossessed by a combination of Teakle and Kirkup. Kitano is there though, and she mops up. Playing with her sleeves rolled up, as is her manner. Half an hour gone. It's South United 0, Lions 0. It's National Premier League's Queensland Women's Competition. Round 2 match. The first game of the round. 3 other fixtures to take place over the course of the weekend. QAS take on Moreton Bay United at 6 o'clock tomorrow night at Meakin Park. And then on Sunday, Sunshine Coast Wanderers host Olympic at Ballinger Park at 4:15, and Gold Coast United take on Capalaba down at Coplix. Problem with the artificial surface. Warrener's pass out just takes the bounce, and Tartar couldn't quite keep it in play. Habuda might have an opportunity here now. Gray. Habuda wants for a return pass. Gray can't get it through to her though. It's good work from Cannon Clough. I mean, Clough does really well just to turn the ball back around the corner to Teakle. Could have gone very badly wrong, that. The option inside was to Moreland, but it's not the route that was taken, and it might be problematic because Lions now have possession. That's a lovely switch ball inside from Hecker, and Tegan Riding just ran out of room. Both teams have had their moments. See, Schnorri just latches onto the loose ball, and there's a South player in a spot of bother. It's Caitlin Kissel, who might have just got a bit of a knock, slightly winded. She's just bent over in the centre circle at the moment. Good opportunity for South just to enjoy a bit of possession, but you're not going to do it if the passes aren't crisp, because Rebecca Kirkup will race onto those and steal them back whenever the opportunity takes her fancy. Kitano. It's beautifully controlled by Blissett. She finds Hecker. Hecker tries to pass it through Angela Mayer. It didn't quite work out. Lions ball back inside their own half of the field. Lions rushed that clearance and Kitano was there just to latch onto the ball, tried to get it back inside to Oliveira. Ball's given away once again by Moreland. Kitano couldn't quite latch onto it, and you can see that she's frustrated that she couldn't capitalise on that gift that was afforded to her and South United by Lions. Cannon Clough playing up front all of a sudden for Lions. Just filling in for Rebecca Kirkup. Clough just heading back to her own neck of the woods. Ishinori giving the ball away or not able to get it under her control. Thanks to Zara Kruger, Lions do manage to retain possession though. O'Keefe. Had a bit of rain falling again. Hecker. Oh, that's cute from Mario Hecker. The angle was impossible. And it's slammed into Sophie Rude's back and behind for a corner kick. Beautiful stuff from Mario Hecker just to create the space. Sophie Rude probably imagined the worst when she felt the ball hit her and then didn't know where it went. It worked out for the best. Or perhaps not the best. It is a corner kick for Lions. Headed away by Devine. O'Keefe was there. Hecker just mopping up. Riding puts it back inside. Kirkup with the header. And Warrener claims. 10 minutes to go before the half-time break. 9 minutes now. It is South United 0, Lions 0. The three-time defending champions. Just being held at the moment. O'Keefe put under pressure. Blissett, so confident and calm on the ball. Ball's given away though. All the way through to Chappell. Kitano surely used her hand there, not according to our referee, and now Kitano is complaining that she was fouled in some way. Hecker goes round Kitano, very nice from Mario Hecker, but then the final ball through to Rebecca Kirkup. Again, not quite right from Mario Hecker, and you'd expect a little bit of rustiness from Hecker. Since the 2019 season, she's played 61 games for Lions and scored 61 goals. The 29-year-old who, of course, not long before that, was only a futsal player, never really played 11-a-side. She's had a precipitous rise, vertiginous rise perhaps would be a better way of saying it, all the way into the A-League women's team, where she is very much a stalwart of the side. Scored twice in 13 games last year against Melbourne City and Wellington Phoenix. Scored 4 goals the year before. Here she is on the ball now, going back to Chappell. Also was involved in that Raw A-League women's time. Garrett McPherson just saying that he wanted to use more local players. Ishinori was one of them. Here's Clough, another one of the A-League women's players in this Lions team. That's a nice through ball, and this time Kirkup can get onto the end of it. And that time couldn't find her cross to Riding, who did arrive and then just Made Warrener sure that she was going to be there in case she made an error. Devine gets the ball away. That skimmed off the top of Clough's boots. Again, a little bit sloppy at the back there from Lyons, and Canon Clough just on her haunches. Chapel to Clough, and then Clough just had to stretch, and yeah, maybe she did just get caught there. Back live now as Clough finds Teakle. Bit of a looping moonball for Teakle from Clough. Teakle does well with it. Kirk up now. Inside to Kruger, and then Kruger back to Norrie. Norrie goes all the way back to Chapel. That was nice football from Lyons. South United are not giving away anything at the moment, though. This is an excellent performance from Gary French's side. Free kick for the late foul. Lions get things moving quickly through Clough. Habuda finds the ball in the wash-up, and there's a free kick in there as well. I have to admit, I didn't see what Josh Eastwood saw, but he is an awful lot closer than I am to the action. Long ball towards the edge of the penalty area. It's allowed to bounce. Ellie Chapel just takes it off as it skips off the surface with a little skip of her own. Hecker being forced back, does well. O'Keefe plays for 1-2. There's a good solid challenge from Oliveira. It will be a South's ball. Oliveira plays the ball off Karen Bassis. Kissel. And Kitano gives away the free kick. Lions get the ball moving quickly. Cannon Clough afforded a rare amount of space. And Karen Bassis and Clough have actually switched sides of centre defence. Karen Bassis was playing on this near side. That's a poor pass, and it's straight to Gray. And Gray's not going to be able to capitalise, thanks in no small part to the presence of Zara Kruger. Just been a little bit of that sloppiness from Lyons so far. Again, that's in no small part down to the pressure that South United are putting on the reigning champions, because Caitlin Kissel there, just her presence is forcing the mistake. That's really sweet from Zara Kruger, but she just runs out of a bit of space as well. Kissel, who in turn was dispossessed. It was Kruger who did it. Kruger's done really well. A little stab pass through from Kirkup. Riding's going to put pressure on the Tartar. It's found its way through to Kitano. The pressure came on from Madison Teakle. Ishinori with a nice pass, linking up with Teakle. Kitano ends up on the deck. Riding. Puts the afterburners on, wins the ball. That's a mistake at the back there for South United. Mario Hecker's there to pounce. Riding's off the field. Was that a handball? Mario Hecker certainly thinks so. It'll be a Lions corner. Taken short. Teakle is dispossessed. That one hasn't worked out for Lions. And Kitano is dispossessed by Hecker. That's a great tackle from the Brazilian. Here's Hecker once again. Tried to play the ball off. The Tartao, I think. Not sure if it was intentional or not. It will be a South United throw-in. Kirkup coming back and winning that ball. And that's half-time, a half-time of precious few chances. The best of them going to Paloma Gonzalez Oliveira, who headed wide after ghosting in off the back of a corner when she arguably should have done better. Other than that, it's been pretty slim pickings in terms of goal-mouth action. And that is reflected in the scoreline of South United 0, Lions 0. Both teams will be hoping for an improved performance in the second half. Though Souths, under Gary French, will be very, very happy with the way they've negated all of Lions' threats. We'll be back for the second half after these messages.
They say you can't choose your family, but you can choose your football family. A family has legends you look up to. And the up-and-comers. A family pitches in and works together as a team. We have the ones who keep us in check, and we motivate each other to be the best. Be the best! But it's my brothers and my sisters who always have my back. That's why even my real family love my football family. So what are you waiting for? Join our team. Come on!
Felton Industries is proud to be the official shelter and grandstands partner of Football Queensland. Felton offers a range of premium aluminium grandstands, from elite portable spectator seating to soccer team shelters for players and coaches. Give your fans the best view of the game with Felton's comfortable spectator seating. With sun-safe shelters or powder-coated in your team colours. Whatever your club needs, Felton has a high-quality, low-maintenance seating option to suit. We are the pioneers in Australian-made grandstands and team shelters. Contact Felton today on 1800 834 016 or visit felton.net.au.
Vito Sports pride themselves on delivering top-quality FIFA regulation-compliant goals. Each goal is made from durable, high-density, thick aluminium and then finished in a white powder coat. To provide quick delivery, Vito Sports stock all goals in this range within their Brisbane distribution warehouse, allowing customers to quote, order and deliver in a matter of days. If you'd like to inquire about the Vito Sports goal range, email us at admin@vitosports.com.
Welcome back to our coverage of the National Premier League's women's competition between Souths United and Lions, round 2. And it is still goalless at a soaking wet Wakeley Park. And in all honesty, it's been a game that's been bereft of chances. Will that change in this second 45? Souths United certainly hope so. They get things off and running, kicking from left to right, trying to target Holly Gray. But it is Lions in their traditional orange that wins possession back, but then give it away straight away. And that was pretty typical of what happened in the first half as Rika Tano just skips past a couple of challenges and left one of her own in. Mario Hecker comes back and just gets rid of the ball, or else risk anything worse happening on the edge of the Lions penalty area. Souths United were very good in that first half, just negating everything that Lions did. Well kept in by Clough. Ishnori. Hecker, just not quite got her radar right at the moment. Blissett goes back to Clough. Hecker can't get onto the ball. Nice piece of play by Devine. Free kick goes the way of Blissett. It was Oliviera who was just a little bit too handsy. Moreland had pressure put on her, so Tegan Riding takes it into her own hands, and Tegan Riding, well, it wasn't a bad idea just to grab the game by the scruff of the neck and try and curl one into the far corner. In the end, though, it just never quite worked out for her. Oliviera, who had the best chance of the game, and every Lions player will tell you that that was a Lions ball. So Oliviera got the final touch. O'Keefe has to be quick. She recovered quickly enough to stop the first danger, but now the ball's with the other, just a significant danger, Rika Tano. Just because she's forced wide doesn't mean that she's any less of a threat. She didn't quite manage to make anything of the ball on that occasion. Oliviera is going to try and go around the outside of Blissett, who concedes a corner. And Souths United are going to be pretty happy with this start to the second half. 3 minutes into it, be a great time to score a goal for the hosts. Corner swept in, headed away. Mario Hecker, I believe. I think it was Karen Bassis. Riding does well. Blissett just made that little bit more awkward than it could have been. And Lions, well, they're really struggling to clear their lines at the moment. Here's Kissel. There's the ball wide, but and then the ball's picked off. It's good work by Rebecca Kirkup, and now an opportunity for Blissett. Blissett tries to spray the ball wide and sprays it a little bit too far wide. Kruger won't be able to keep the ball in Lions' possession. O'Keefe manages to nip in there and win the ball. Just another misplaced pass from Lions. Forces Cannon Clough to go back. Riding. Well, it's worked out for Riding to Blissett. And that will be a corner kick. Of course, might have missed what happened immediately behind the sights, the floodlight pole, but as it happens, the referee has informed us that it is a corner kick. Souths couldn't make much of their first set piece of the second half. Can Lions do any better? It's an awkward one. And Warrener just got enough on it to help the ball away. She was being crowded, was Bianca Warrener. It might have actually just been the head of Naomi Devine that got that ball away from danger. Very opportune piece of defending as Bella Habuda tries to get Holly Gray involved. Here's Blissett. Ooh, it's opened up ahead of her for Chelsea Blissett. Hecker. Riding and Hecker linking up nicely. Now it's Blissett. Blissett puts a cross in and well, Rebecca Kirkup's gone down. Furtive glance at best towards referee Josh Eastwood. Nothing doing, says the referee. Lions still on the attack. Hecker. Let that one go. She'll race after this one though, but manages to give away a free kick. It's good defence in the end from Oliveira. Gianna Karambassis. Ishinori. And then Cannon Clough's forward pass gives the ball away. Stood firm to win the ball back though, O'Keefe. Kruger. Lions looking for that through ball, and it's not quite working out for them at all at the moment. Maya played herself into a spot of bother there, and Hecker wins the ball back off Oliveira. Hecker in the penalty area. It's a good save, and Blissett can't quite follow up. And that's Lions' best opportunity. Brilliant stop from Bianca Warrener. It was straight at her from Mario Hecker. Lovely interplay between the two A-League women's players. Well, Warrener made herself big. Dived a bit early. Mario Hecker just found her midriff with the shot. Clough with the header back to Norrie. Heard the South United bench praising the ball. It was a nice idea. That's a really good ball as well. Here's Hecker. Blissett's gone inside. It's just too far ahead of her, and then Cannon's off Blissett and behind for a goal kick. Neat football from Lions. Ariel Hecker warming to her task, perhaps. Riding. Hecker is the intended target, and Angela Mayer had to work really hard to win that ball away from the feet of Marielle Hecker. Great opportunity for Lions. Excellent work from Tegan Riding. And Hecker never gave up the ghost. Appears that Amy Gunston is getting ready to come on. Her readying herself in the foreground. The 20-year-old who did score last time out against Olympic and got a couple against Annalee in the cup. Hecker wins a header. Ishinori on the edge of the penalty area. Couldn't quite get her shot away. Here's Karambassis to put the ball back into the mix zone. Riding. who stayed wide. Hecker. It's opened up a little bit for Mario Hecker and just got too much of that, really. In hindsight's a wonderful thing, but everything opened up a little bit for Mario Hecker there. Perhaps the shot was premature. It'll be a Lions ball. Another goal up at AJ Kelly, and it's Peninsula Power beating the Gap by 3 goals to 0 now. Blissett twisted and turned, couldn't shake Oliveira, so goes all the way across to Karambassis. O'Keefe. Oh, it's opened up for O'Keefe. Riding's going to run on. It's her ball through. Again, it was more in hope than in real direction as Ricatano goes down heavily under the close attentions of Tara O'Keefe. Still goalless at Wakeley Park. Good ball through. Bella Habuda just creating a few issues for the Lions defence. Ishinori solving those problems. Ball given away there by Blissett. Habuda might want to get the cross away. And Blissett can't play the ball off her, so it'll be a goal kick. Oh no, she did play the ball off Bella Habuda. Who has 3 goals in 2 starts, League and Cup so far this season. Hasn't tested Ellie Chappell in this contest yet. Saw Lions readying Amy Gunston. Do wonder when she will come into the contest. As the ball finds its way through to Chappell. I wonder whether there's a lack of real bite in midfield at the moment. Lions can't just hold on to possession, although Kruger does well just to win the ball there. Helped away by Devine. Devine plays the ball into space more than anything. He's mopped up by Teakle. Ishinori wants it short, gets it short. Pressure coming from Habuda. Lions have to be careful here, because Ricatano's got involved as well. Got a bit handsy and gives away the free kick. Amy Gunston is coming on, and it will be a change in shape for Lions because it's Tara O'Keefe who's coming off. And coming off at some rate of knots as well. Bit of urgency perhaps for Lions. So Gunston's coming wide left. Hecker perhaps will drop central. Lions have to have the ball to do anything with it though. Catano does really well. That's an excellent ball from Ricatano. Ellie Chappell comfortably gathers, and her first look at the substitute Amy Gunston. She's asking an awful lot of Tegan Riding with that ball. And again, probably takes a bit of time to get used to the pace of the artificial surface. As Peninsula Power score another goal. It was 2 early goals in the first half, matched by 2 early goals in the second. An hour gone in our feature game of the evening, Souths United against Lions. No goals here yet. Gunston wins that header. Hecker can't thread the needle through. Sophie Rude does really well just to stand tall. Bella Habuda now up the other end. Shadowed by Cannon Clough. Can't get it past her on the first occasion. Goes inside to Moreland. Moreland loses possession. And Lions are going to counter-attack again. Gunston was the intended target, but it wasn't a great pass. Ishnori eventually gets the ball under her control. It was an awkward one. She did really well. Hecker. Chipped ball over the top. It's fallen for Kruger. Clough can't keep the ball under her control. Abuda goes back to Kissel, who goes back to Warrener. Kirkup acrobatically keeping that ball ahead of her, but coughs up possession regardless. Now wins it back. Teakle. Riding fell over. Ball ends up in her opposite numbers possession, Catano. It will be a South United ball over on the far side of the field. Another ball forward. Doesn't find its intended target from Lions. Hecker. What can she conjure? Ball's behind Gunston. Blissett gives chase. Oliviera is there. Lions wanted the throw in. Oliviera was confident though. Oliviera heads on. Abuda flicks on, but only as far as Tiana Karambassis. Kruger into space to the advantage of Teakle, but a little bit too far ahead of her, Holly Gray. And she gets crowded out by Teakle and Hecker. It will be a Lions throw, taken quickly to Kirkup. Kirkup does well. Tried to find Riding, who was sitting back waiting for the ball, and it never came, or never got to her. Karambassis can only find Catano. Good ball to Oliviera. Oliviera has support in the form of Kissel. Kissel was sitting back waiting for that one as well. Caught on her heels. And Lions in the form of Hecker and Gunston. And now Blissett and Norrie will clear their lines. Norrie. Now Hecker caught on her heels. These passes just aren't going to feet for Lions. Norrie that wins the ball back well. Riding. Can't thread the needle through to Teakle. Sorry, it was Kirkup who had made the run. Gunston. Kirkup, the ball again was behind her, but she asked for the ball as she made the run, and Gunston played the ball accounting for that run, and Kirkup changed the run. Control from Kirkup. Kirkup will have another go after being played in by Hecker. Kirkup gets to the byline. Gunston was waiting. Gunston's still waiting. It's a good save by Warrener. Still there perhaps for Lions. Norrie. Heavy touch from Norrie gives far too much of the ball to Moreland. And Moreland eventually gets the ball back to Warrener. Kitano. Lions men's team lead Brisbane Roar Youth by 2-0. The women's team wouldn't mind a goal of their own. They weren't a million miles away on that occasion. Another good save from Bianca Warrener. She's made a couple in this second half. Is the game stretching to the advantage of Lions at the moment? Been a very even contest so far. Gunston put her boot in. Blissett picks up possession. Hecker. Blissett continues her run. Now Gunston gets to the byline, puts a cross in. Warrener does well and needed to do well because Tegan Riding was waiting. See, Riding made the run. It was a good stop from Warrener. Had to be certain of her handling there. Gray goes down. She wants a free kick, but looked like she trod on the ball herself, despite the presence of the two Lions players. Kitano. It would have been a nice idea if A, Holly Gray had continued her run, and B, Tiana Karambassis wasn't there. Oh, that's a sloppy pass from Karambassis. Fortunately, for Lions that is, nothing comes of it. At the moment, neither side's able to really string too many passes together. And I wonder if Gary French is just thinking about what options he has on the bench. Flicked on by Hecker. Gunston was there, but so too was the South's defence. They did well. Kitano. Habuda's free in the middle if Kitano can get the ball to her. That's a free kick right on the edge of the penalty area, is it? Tiana Karambassis can't believe it. Well, she didn't get the ball. So free kick in a dangerous position. And a great opportunity for the home side as the rain starts to fall once again. 22 minutes remaining in this contest. Ellie Chappell's just organising her wall. 2 players in it. The rest scattered around the penalty area, trying to mark the Souths United strikers. All on her own on the edge is Amy Moreland, hoping for the ball to fall to her. It was an attempted shot, I think, from Kitano. Need to be better than that to pass Ellie Chappell at her near post. And she gets rid of the ball quickly to Amy Gunston, and Gunston's on the run here. Helped out by Hecker. Now the ball back inside, and more by Hook or by Crook, really. The Souths United defence managed to get that away. And now it is time for a substitution, and it will be Dominique Zampanato. Holly Gray is the player who's made way. Zampanato scored 7 goals in the 2021 campaign as Gunston finds Hecker. And Hecker tried to find Gunston again but didn't look, so he could only pick out Oliviera. Hecker goes down, but it was a good tackle from Oliveira. Oh, Habuda does well. And racing out of her goal mouth was Ellie Chappell to deny Ree Kitano. Opening up a little bit this contest now. Hecker showing a little bit of frustration there. Gunston. Let's put the afterburners on. Be a Lions throw. And Hecker uses her hand. Mario Hecker just engaged in a conversation with Josh Eastwood. Blissett, the free kick coming to nothing for Souths. Norrie inviting Kirkup to run onto the ball. Kirkup does well, just capitalising on the error from Hutatau. Kirkup tried to thread the needle to Norrie. South's defenders converged. And then the ball in from Kruger was comfortably dealt with. Buda forcing Teakle to play the ball out. It'll be an attacking throw-in for South United. And the throw looked slightly suspect, untidy more than illegal. As Kitano put a hopeful ball in towards Chappell. Chappell gathers easily. Karambassis had to rush that. Amy Gunston just getting some instructions from the bench, which is without Rob Askew. Did have COVID during the week. Again, a very, I hesitate to say ugly throw, but it was very jerky. Referee is happy with it. It's not a crime to do an aesthetically unpleasing throw, just one that doesn't come from behind the head. That one obviously did. Riding. Must have been a little push there on Kitano, and Riding showing a little bit of frustration here in the rain at Wakeley Park. Soggy evening. An evening in which not much has gone right for either side in an attacking sense. Gunston does well. South United say that they should have had a free kick there. Angela Mayer in particular, but referee says no, you both went for the ball. Now Mayer might be looking to put one on Amy Gunston, and referee spotted that one from a mile off and gave the free kick. Blissett launches that ball forward. It's skimmed off the head, and Riding's going to race onto this one. Oh, it's swiped at by Warrener. Very untidily. It was an untidy passage of play. The rain can't have helped. It just flicked off the head of Kissel. Oh, that could have been an awful lot worse for Bianca Warrener. As the Lions take the attacking throw. Blissett, Gunston, back to Blissett. Blissett with a really good cross towards Kirkup. It's just taken off her head. Norrie had to jump, battling with the substitute Spaminato. Here's Norrie, it's opening up for Isha Norrie, now Gunston. Gunston squares the ball to Riding, and Riding misses. Well, that was Lyons' best opportunity of the night. Everything just opened up for Ish Norrie. Riding was under significant pressure. Look at the South United players, 4 players around her. There's Mara Hecker who's come off. She hasn't been at her best tonight. Again, you'd expect that. She's had a break from the game. Just finding her feet on a surface that probably wouldn't be doing her knees any favours. Georgia Rink, the 18-year-old who's been in the first team for 2 years already. This her 3rd campaign with senior appearances under her belt. Absolute gun athlete. She comes on in her place, and again, perhaps a little reshuffle again for this Lions team. Rink gives the ball away, but it's actually worked out well for Lions. Gunston comes back inside. She's causing Mayer all sorts of problems, Amy Gunston, as she is wont to do. Blissett gathers. Not a great pass. The referee has stopped play. Schnorri did come charging in. Joshua Eastwood just having a discussion with the Lions bench. Heard at least one Lions player saying, "Just let us play." And was it something that Angela Mayer said as Peninsula Power score their 5th against the Gap? See Gary French just in the bottom of your screen, just telling Angela Mayer to keep her cool. So there must have been a few things said from the bench. Gunston. Norrie. It's a lovely ball forward towards Teakle. Here's an opportunity for Riding, and Riding puts the ball the wrong side of the post. Oh, excellent football from Lions. All the build-up was there. Teakle popped up on the left, Riding with the shot, and Warner was beaten. And Lions have had the majority of the chances now. They just can't capitalise as Gunston renews her battle with Mayer. Teakle does really well. She's still such a youngster, Madison Teakle, 17 years old. She's showing real maturity there. Here's Riding. Has support on the outside. Rink. Low cross. Oh, it's fallen all the way across. And Teakle gets the goal. Lions finally make the breakthrough. Somehow that ball found its way all the way through to Madison Teakle. Oliviera couldn't keep pace with the 17-year-old on her run. And over the last 10 minutes, they've huffed and they've puffed and they've finally broken South United down. Oh, there was some discussion over there between the referee and his assistant. I imagine what they were thinking they would chalk that off for. Perhaps a suggestion of offside, maybe, was Georgia Rink when she did that overlap from Tegan Riding. Instructions came in. Tegan Riding received those instructions. Well, Madison Teakle gets her first goal of the season. Could be a vital one. This happened a couple of times last season as Spampantino just managed to muscle her way through. Chappell was equal to the challenge. Riding. On the outside is Kirkup. Kirkup with a shot. Well saved by Warrener. It was Utato's header straight into the ground that somehow fell for Tegan Riding. And the shot came in. Lions in possession from the throw-in. Surging towards the penalty area is Kruger. Lions ball. Cramps are starting. Lions have turned the pressure up in this second half. Riding goes down and free kick goes against Tegan Riding. Gunston. Mayer is giving chase. Mayer gives up and opts to just take the position instead. Teakle, the goal scorer. Blissett. Goes all the way back to Cannon Clough, who we've barely mentioned in this second half, particularly the second half of the second half. Karen Bassis to Rink. Karen Bassis. Kirkup. Kirkup with a good cross. Oh, it's skipped off the surface. Warrener does well. Rink wins the throw. 8 minutes remaining for South United to get themselves back into this match and perhaps get a point. Having a few technical issues. Oh, back live now though. Another substitution will be Tia Appo, sorry, who comes on. Tegan Riding has gone off, has she? No, apologies, it's Rebecca Kirkup who has gone off, I think. Does look like Rebecca Kirkup is off. Long ball up to Amy Gunston. Gunston gets the better of Mayer. Gunston to the edge of the penalty area, all the way through to Riding, and then Warrener does really well. She had some support from her defence. Did wonder whether Gunston was going to shoot there. And Warrener stood firm and made herself big. And all three of those players are now back on their feet, which is good to see. Gunston, that's clever. And she's got wheels, has Amy Gunston. Gunston, even when she loses the ball, she still puts the pressure on. And that ball came off Ishinori last. A little doubt about that. It came off her last, and it's first to touch her when it's thrown in as well. And Lions get a free kick for their troubles as well. Neat from Blissett. Norrie goes back to Chappell. Pressure coming from Kitano, who starting to look a little frustrated. Did look like Rude just got caught. Norrie. That pace from Madison Teakle, still pressing, still trying to win those second balls. Riding does well in those tight situations. Couldn't find Rink with her pass though. Rink does well to win the ball off Bella Habuda. And then just invites that run, and I don't think she was able to keep that in. No, it will be a goal kick. No, it won't. It was kept in. Cramping like a Tato is over that far side. It's an ominous prospect having to face Jurink. Want to make solid contact. It's just going to come straight back. Gunston linking up with Norrie. Now Gunston again. Going to have a substitution. It's Laura Elliott who comes on. Oliviera went off. Blissett almost became a South United sandwich then, but managed to just get a boot to ball. 2 minutes remaining in this contest. It's not been a classic in the damp this Friday night, the Anzac Day long weekend. Plenty of football to come your way across the FQTV platform from across the leagues. Of course, make sure you head out to your local club. Indeed, the Brisbane Roar playing the Anzac Day fixture up in Redcliffe on Monday. Speaking of Redcliffe, Peninsula Power have scored a 6th against the Gap. Here's Gunston. Plays that ball off Mayer. Still there for Gunston. She puts the cross in. Moreland will try and mop up. Kissel hammers the ball forward, only as far as Cannon Clough. And Blissett finds Norrie, who finds Clough, who's going to be put under pressure, so hammers the ball upfield. Finds Teakle. Can't keep the ball under her possession, and now an opportunity perhaps for Kitano. Kitano looks absolutely spent. She's done an awful lot of running. And Lions have stamped their authority on this game as it went on, but Gary French will have seen plenty to be pleased about. Should have really taken the lead in the first half. That's Rink. bundles her way through. She'll cut back inside now, looking for support. Couldn't find Gunston. Oh, that's a nice little touch from Kruger. Rink, was she offside? Doesn't matter. Oh, that's a calamitous error and helped over the line by Tegan Riding. The flag stayed down. We'll have a look at the replay while the referee has his discussion. That's where everyone thought Rink was offside. Warner then tumbled backwards and just palmed the ball into the path of Riding, who helped it in. No, it was offside, and you'd think if it was offside, the assistant would raise his flag. Instead, free kick will be taken by Warner, whose blushes are spared. And Lions' lead remains at 1, but it's academic, really, you feel at this time. It's Rink, shimmies past one, then another, then a third. Apo. Cross is hammered away. One last chance for Souths, perhaps. Spampinato helps the ball forward. Chappell helps it away. Gaetano, very handsy in the tackle. Souths having a flurry though. Lions will need to be careful if they want to preserve their lead. Ishinori gets in the way. Now Amy Gunston, and Lions, well, now they have an opportunity to attack. Gunston, she might have a shot here. No, she's going to spread the ball to Riding. Riding pokes it back inside. This time Warner gathers comfortably. Gunston with the jump. Well observed by Warner. Blissett had to backpedal, and still the ball ended up going behind her. Souths will flood bodies forward here. They're still just a goal behind. We are in stoppage time. I can't imagine there'll be too much more to play. The obligatory 3 minutes, I think. It's Gunston just got a little bit of a shove off balance. Elliott will take the throw. Norrie will want to get this clear. Gunston it falls to. No, because Habuda just nips in. And another throw-in to be taken by Elliott. Solid header away. Helped back inside by Devine. Riding does well, and that will be full time, and Lions were made to work in a match that was far from a classic. But Souths United, despite putting up severe and stellar resistance for long periods, were eventually beaten by a Madison Teakle goal in the 79th minute. Lions did have the ball in the back of the net a second time through Tegan Riding after a horrible error from Bianca Warner. But that goal was chalked off for offside. To Lions, they move to 2-0 and back to the top of the table with a win that was harder than they expected it to be. It's their narrowest victory over Souths United since Tegan Riding scored a second-minute goal here at Wakerley Park all the way back in 2019. But Souths United's barren run of goals against Lions continues. You have to go back further than 2019 before Souths United have sent Lions back to halfway after having their net rippled. Still plenty of football to come over the course of the weekend. Sunshine Coast Wanderers taking on Olympic, and Gold Coast United taking on Capella Bar on Sunday. And tomorrow it's the Queensland Academy of Sport taking on Moreton Bay United at Meakin Park. 6 o'clock that one. You can watch all of the games on FQTV. It's been a pleasure to bring you all the action from Wakerley Park. I've been Simon Smell. This has been a Double Take production for Football Queensland. We'll see you on another stream very, very soon, I'm sure. Enjoy the rest of your long weekend. Good evening.